What's up, Pacers? If this is your first time joining us, first of all, where the heck have you been? But anyway, this is Peace Talks, and I'm sports editor Will Dalton.
I'm Caitlin Richards.
I'm Alex Garrison.
I'm Bergen, and I'll do pop culture.
And I'm Nathan Oaks.
He's going to be helping me with sports.
Monday, January 21st is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Register today for MLK Day of Service. WPU students, faculty, staff, alumni, and families will volunteer side by side in the Raleigh community. Both on and off-campus volunteer options are available, and volunteers can register online. All volunteers will receive a free t-shirt and 2 free meals. Transportation will be provided for sites off campus.
On Monday, there will also be a blood drive taking place on campus from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All donors will receive a $20 Target gift card, TBC donor card, or photo ID required. There will be a pizza and poster party on Wednesday, January 23rd at 5 p.m. in the Belk Commons in preparation for the January 26th Women's March in downtown Raleigh. On Thursday, January 24th, Cab will be showing Crazy Rich Asians in the Pacer Hub Student Commons at 8 p.m. Also on Thursday, WPU celebrates MLK Jr. at 4:30 p.m. in the Dinwiddie Chapel with keynote address speaker Dr. Harold Doral Briscoe.
All right, welcome back to our little sports corner. First thing we're going to take a look at is Peace women's basketball. In their last game, they got a win against Averett.
Let's go.
With a final score of 82-79.
That's what's up.
In that game, Michaela Ray, junior forward, actually hit a milestone. She reached 1,000 points, and I think she's the first Peace women's basketball player to do that, so that's really great for Michaela Ray. She's a great player for them, has been her whole time here.
Congrats.
Yeah, for sure. And their next game is going to be here at home against Salem College, and that's going to be tomorrow on Saturday. And now let's move on to men's basketball. They actually lost against North Carolina Wesleyan.
So good. We pick it back up.
And Wesleyan is actually one of the top teams in the conference this year. So even though they did lose, it was a tight game. Peace played very well. Their second half, in fact, from the beginning, they exchanged back and forth blows with Wesleyan from the three-point line. Tyson Sellers, huge game from three-point line. But they couldn't pull it off, unfortunately. But their next game will be Saturday at Methodist. So good luck to the Pacers on Saturday.
Already.
So now a new thing we're going to do for sports is I'm going to be bringing on people each week to kind of have some quick sports conversations with me about things that are going on outside of Peace. That's why I got my guy Nathan Oates here.
What's good with you, man?
So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the NFL playoffs. Obviously, a lot of good stories there. NFC,
Definitely.
Rams.
It's getting exciting, yo.
I can't wait. Rams versus Saints. That's going to be at 3:05 on Fox Sunday. And then Patriots versus Chiefs in the AFC Championship will be at 6:40 on CBS. You're not going to want to miss that. So,
I got to record it or something.
What do you think, Nathan?
To be honest with you, man, I think it's going to be – the game will probably be between the Patriots and the Chiefs. That's the one I'm looking at, to be honest. That's the one I would really want to see firsthand. Just because, a high-power offense, they went for, I remember when the Chiefs played the Rams, and that was crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
My dad walked in my room, I've never seen a 200-point or a 100-point game like this, you know what I'm saying? Which is wild. But as far as is it the Chargers and who? No.
It's Patriots, Chiefs in the AFC Championship, Rams, Saints in the NFC Championship.
Rams and Saints, word, yeah. As far as the Saints, they're really doing good. To be honest with you, Drew Brees is playing at an MVP caliber. And they got enough weapons to get the job done, but it's just a matter of playing all 4 quarters.
For sure. This is definitely one of the better years for the NFL playoffs. These are clearly all the best teams in the league. Has been all year. So fans are definitely getting what they want. I predicted a Rams-Chiefs Super Bowl. So
that would be smooth.
I'm riding on that. I'm 1-for-1 on predictions so far this year because I predicted.
But I ain't even gonna lie. When the Chiefs played the Patriots the first time, it was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah. I
Earlier
forget what happened
season.
in that game.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. It could have been somebody else.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I've been doing good. I've been doing good on predictions for the NFL this year because I
Word.
predicted Baker Mayfield
Yeah.
to start Week 3. So
He's done good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I like
Browns
Baker.
actually did phenomenal this year.
I like Baker.
So.
But anyway, that's NFL. We're going to move on to the NBA. Main headline in the NBA at today anyway, Lakers beat the Thunder in overtime last night. LeBron is still out. He's been out since the Christmas Day game against the Warriors where he strained his groin. This is the longest LeBron has been out in his entire career. Lakers are currently 5-7 without LeBron.
Where?
They travel to Houston next, but LeBron won't be traveling. But he did just get cleared to practice as of today.
I think it's valuable for the organization, though, to be honest with you, because when you have like a leader like LeBron on the floor at all times, sometimes it like waters down the possibility for growth for other players. Because, you know, he's a floor general type coach. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So when you're in the spotlight and you have to like take control of things as a young player like Lonzo and Kyle Kuzma, you know what I'm saying? Even unexperienced players like Michael Beasley or Lance Stevenson who actually have talent but don't really know where they fit into the system yet, then I think like towards the end of the season it'll gel much better.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of Lakers fans have been concerned as far as him being out this long, and then other people have been saying it's a good thing because they're like taking the highest of precautions because I mean he's their ticket.
Yeah, exactly. So, which is why he should like rest easy. You know what I'm saying? Plus 82 games last season, plus that strong playoff run that he did. So,
but I think he's going to be back soon. And speaking of LeBron, our last little topic here before we wrap up.
Whoa. We forgot about 51 points, though.
By who?
KD?
Oh, yeah.
51 points in the first quarter?
That's crazy.
Absolutely wild.
He's definitely probably the top scorer
of all time. Top 3.
I'd have to say. I'm a LeBron fan to my core.
Yeah.
But
as far as offensive capabilities, like a 7-foot guard, you know what I'm saying? Just you can tell the game's changing.
But lastly, before we have to wrap up, Kyrie actually, who, if you don't know, Kyrie's a point guard for the Boston Celtics, used to play with LeBron for the Cavaliers. They won a championship together until they had a little bit of a bad split a couple years ago. But he actually reached out to LeBron after the Celtics lost to the Magic, and he actually apologized for not seeing the bigger picture, which LeBron obviously was. Wild. As far as being a leader, because Kyrie split from LeBron because he wanted to be the leader of his own team. And he found out it's a lot harder than you thought, and he apologized for that. And my question for you, though, is could that mean Kyrie could end up going to reunite with LeBron in L.A. because he will be a free agent this summer?
To be honest with you, I highly doubt it. But I definitely respect the fact that he called LeBron and apologized for what had happened.
Sure.
Because they did have, like, to be honest with you, with the playoffs that LeBron had last year with Kyrie with them, he probably could have rematched the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? As far as Kyrie's take on it, to be honest with you, I think in the position where he wants to become a leader, you know what I'm saying? Of course he is, and he's like one of the most talented guards we have in the NBA. It takes a lot of courage to admit what some might seem as a mistake in leaving Cleveland and LeBron, but at the same time, for your own personal well-being, sometimes maybe it's not. I know everybody can't play with LeBron, so
it's tough.
What was the question again?
It was just, do you think Kyrie and LeBron might reunite in L.A.?
I still think Kyrie wants his own team. I think Kyrie wants to do it without LeBron, but as far as the possibility, maybe later on down the line, but I don't think in this upcoming offseason, no. Even though this upcoming offseason is going to be big as far as other potential free agents like Boogie and
all right.
Others.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's sports news, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
So this week we're going to introduce a new segment called Peace Pop, where we talk all things pop culture. And this week we're going to start off with this new show on Netflix that was originally aired on Lifetime called You, that stars Penn Badgley, who starred on Gossip Girl back when that show was like a hit. and it's all about him stalking this one girl and, like, doing all this crazy stuff it's like, so insane. It, like, warps you in so much. But we're going to just discuss that, and, yeah. So that's the first topic for this week.
We'll try not to give too many spoilers, but
If you haven't seen You, don't listen to this part.
Yeah, spoiler alert, this is... because we're going to talk about the whole season, because the whole first season is out on Netflix, and they're already
making a second.
They're already guaranteed a second season.
And third.
Really? I didn't hear about the third.
Third.
Oh.
So definitely watch it if you haven't.
Oh, get on
It is
it.
a must-watch on Netflix.
You'll go through it so fast. Like, me and Hannah, one of Alex and I's roommate, the two of us watched it in 2 days. And the only thing that stopped us from watching it in one day is, like, I had work, and then the next day was a Monday, so we had to go to class.
It's definitely a must-watch.
It's not even that type of show where you have to, like, give it a little bit to get into it. It's, like, right off the bat, first episode, you're hooked.
The first 2 episodes
So
were
good.
so intense.
Yeah, it was, like fast-paced.
Oh, yeah, because it, like, opens up, and so this guy, Joe, is the main character that Penn Badgley plays, and he works at a bookstore, and the girl, the other lead, Beck, she walks in just, trying to buy a book, minding her business, and then he sees her and is like, I want her.
Yep.
And then, oh my gosh.
So
I don't even know where to start from there.
Basically, she's like getting her master's and writing.
Yeah, she's in school and she wants to be a writer, and she's been struggling lately with, like, writer's block and getting stuff in on time because she's a full-time student, has to work.
And then she has a boyfriend that's kind of, like, mentally abusive, like, doesn't really support her. He's always gone, always, like, hungover, drunk.
Yeah, he's just, like, a mess
that.
of a human.
And
I'm
so
gonna be honest.
she also
Not
does
good for
poetry.
her, obviously.
And so she goes to these poetry, what are they called? Poetry slams?
Poetry slams,
yeah.
Poetry club meetings.
And, like, her friends are also not, like, the best support system.
They're kind of, like, fake.
Yeah.
They're snooty.
Yeah, and, like, they're actually, like, pretty, like, loaded compared to Beck. Like, Beck is, like, a struggling student, and, like, Peach, her, like, best friend, supposedly, is, like, absolutely loaded with money. Mm-hmm. And, like, Beck, being a stand-up girl, is like, I don't want to take your money. But they make her feel bad for not having a lot, so they go to these expensive restaurants, and then when birthdays roll around, she feels obligated to buy these big gifts, but homegirl can't afford that.
But then also,
she got rent to pay.
Peach is also, like, secretly obsessed with Beck.
She's also stalking Beck. I was like, I don't know what the big...
This poor girl's got 2 stalkers going on.
But the weird thing is like, Peach is supposedly her best friend, and, like, Peach is, like, secretly in love with her.
Uh-huh. She has, like, pictures of her saved on her desktop. And
yeah. And, like, with Peach and her family, because she comes from money, like, in her, like, family dynamic, like, being anything but straight is, like, not okay. So she can't, like, come out and just, like, be herself. So she's, like, hiding it and is obsessed with her best friend, because if she can't, like, be with her, she wants to be there for her. Did that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But Beck's the type of girl that you can pretty much get along. Like, she'll get along with anybody. So she doesn't want to hurt her best friend's feelings, but she doesn't want to hurt, like, Joe's feelings. She doesn't want to hurt her boyfriend's feelings. Yeah. So she's caught in the middle of everybody while trying to mind her own business, and it's a struggle for her.
And then Joe, like, he
wants to be the one who
even know where to start
helps
with him.
Beck the most.
So like, what fuels his, like, whole
fantasy,
MO is that he, like, wants to be whatever Beck needs. And he wants to do what's best for Beck. So, like, if that means killing her ex-boyfriend, he did that.
Yep.
And
did it.
Like, and then he killed Peach. This is, like, major spoilers. But, like, he's, like, eliminating these people from her life. And, like, not just like, oh, you need to, like, cut them out. Like, he's killing people.
And then making up what happened.
But, like,
to
what
him,
the craziest thing about this show is that you get to a certain point in the season where you're, like, kind of rooting for Joe and Beck to make it.
Yeah,
okay,
they are cute together.
By the second episode, I was on Joe's side. He may be a serial killer and he may be a stalker, but
he's doing it for the right reasons.
No, the way he gets in, like, the girl's mind, you know how guys, like, can't pick up on things. They just don't pick up on things.
No, he picks up on everything.
He picks
and, like,
up.
he just seems so normal when he is with Beck. Like, he just seems so normal. And then when he's not with Beck and, like, we're getting, like, the, like, monologue of him and how he thinks and everything, it's, like, crazy.
And it's, like, things that girls need, but they don't want to come out and, like, just tell the guy or whatever. It's like he already knows it, but he knows, like, extra too. So he, like, puts in all the effort for her.
But, like, I'm just like, Beck really couldn't have done anything to avoid this. Like, if I'm being honest. Like,
Right.
Joe is just really good at what he does. He's a psychopath. Like, what can you say?
But he's like protective.
Well,
and
and
cuddly in a way.
and he's done it in the past with the
With
other girlfriend,
Candace, his
He's done it in the
ex-girlfriend.
past, so he
And
has
then-
experience.
And we thought she was, like, dead. Because...
Another spoiler.
Yeah, we thought she was dead. Like, just, like, the way that they were presenting it and everything. They didn't, like, come right out and say it.
But he was having flashbacks of her, so
Yeah,
she
yeah.
kept, like, appearing, so you didn't really know what was
Yeah, we didn't know what happened. We didn't know if he killed her. We didn't know if
Yeah, and then she, like, pops up at the last, like, 20
I think the only
seconds
thing we
of the
knew for
last
sure
episode.
was that she cheated on him.
Yeah, so she cheated, and then, like, that's basically what sent Joe in a downward spiral with any girl he saw next. But, like, then when Beck found all the stuff in the ceiling...
Okay,
Okay.
so Joe hides whoever he kills, he gets part
he
of
has,
their
like,
stuff.
Well, he has, like, evidence that he has to, like, keep. Like, he can't just, like, throw that away. So, like,
Yeah.
the teeth from Benji, Beck's ex-boyfriend, he had to keep those so that there weren't dental records. And... Like, so he had to keep those, and then he also
phone.
kept Beck's phone that he stole, but he smashed it. So, like, I guess there's,
and then, like,
some...
Beck's underwear was in there?
Yeah, because
And
he
her
stole
tank
that.
top.
Because he stole that from her apartment when he got in there. Like,
So
there's
all
just,
of
like, all
these
these things
things
that he had accumulated, surrounding Beck that he couldn't keep in his apartment. Because Beck's obviously there all the time because, like, they're in a
They were in the
full-blown...
ceiling.
Yeah.
They're, like, in a full-blown relationship. So he has them in this box and keeps it in his ceiling of the bathroom. And then...
She finds out
And
about
then
it.
Beck finds it or whatever, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, you're right, this is not okay. Because, like, up until then, like, I was rooting for the two of them. But then I was like, oh wait, Beck, get out.
That was the
Get
first time he
out.
kind of turned, like, really angry and
Like, scary.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
Like,
was
scary.
actually
scary,
scared
but
at
towards
that point.
Beck. Like,
Yeah.
he'd been scary, obviously, to the other people.
But not
killed.
towards her.
I've liked him.
Well, and another reason why I like him, which I feel like they did good in the show, where making you like him, is with Paco. He has a neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
Who
Yeah. He, like,
has
takes this little
a
boy
mom
in.
who is kind of a drug addict, and she struggles with drugs and alcohol, and she has a boyfriend who is abusive and is just really scary, first off. And Joe is kind of like Paco's mentor, I guess.
Yeah,
you'd
and
say.
because he works in a bookstore, Paco likes reading books, so he takes Paco down into his bookstore and, like, kind of educates him more about, like, the bookstore and cool books and lets him...
And kind of defends him when
Yeah.
the boyfriend comes around and is
Yeah.
and, like, takes care of him when the mom's having issues.
He's kind of like an older
and-
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you kind of like him
Yeah.
because of that, but then
Because, like, with the people that he cares about, he's, like, so likable. And then with the people that he is, like, absolutely, like, they need to go, da-da-da, he is the absolute extreme, like, on the complete
well,
opposite
and all
of the
the
spectrum.
people he's killing are people who are hurting the people that he
Yeah.
loves.
So, like,
Yeah.
everything's fueled by this, like, idea of, like, these are the people that he loves. But
So it's
he's-
not just random people,
but,
it's
like,
people who have affected.
Yeah, but with, like, Candace, that was somebody that he truly loved, but she hurt him.
So it was
So
flipped.
then everything in his
and
mind
I'm
just
assuming
went,
that's what the next
Woo!
or
Yeah.
that's what the next season's probably
is
gonna
all
be,
about
is
Candace.
all about
And,
her
like,
because she
I
comes back.
really hope... Wait, was there a funeral for Beck? Did we see
No,
that?
there
No.
wasn't. All
Okay.
it was he was in the bookstore and he said Beck's
Okay.
been dead for however
She comes
many-
out with a book and
Oh, okay, so
and then we
she's
see
definitely
him
confirmed
burying
dead.
a body, but we don't
Okay.
know whose
I
body
think
it is.
Ryan is Paco's dad, who was abusive towards Paco's mom. I think that because Joe's kind of taken Paco in and he sees, like, the dad being abusive.
I thought that was just the
I
boyfriend.
think it's just the boyfriend.
I don't think it's
well,
his dad.
Okay,
But
so
yeah,
the
yeah.
boyfriend. I think
The
really,
father figure.
I think he killed Ron. Beck is
Well, he
still
did kill Ron.
alive,
We know that.
I think.
I really hope Beck isn't dead because I really liked her.
But apparently
deserves-
He did
season-
kill Ron. He helped Paco kill
Yeah.
Ron. We just
Yes.
don't know what he did with
Oh
the
my
body
God.
and if the body.
But that's
he
I think
showed-
that's
they
the only
show-
body. I don't
yeah.
think Beck's dead.
They show moving a body, but they also show him taking Beck when she tries to escape. And all we know is he's burying a body. We don't know whose it is.
When he yanked her down the stairs, I about lost my bananas. Like, oh my God.
So season 2 picks up with Joe, if they're going off based on the book.
Yeah.
Joe is going to be in Hollywood, and it says that he's going to find, like, another love interest. And so I don't know if it's going to be, like, the same thing, but in Hollywood. I'm excited.
I just really hope
ready.
Beck's not dead.
I do too.
And I like.
There are books though. I kind of want to read them. I'm not a big reader, but I
just
feel
want
like
to
I
be
want to read
surprised.
them.
I want to be surprised now.
I want to at least read the
Listen.
first one to see how similar it was.
I'm not.
But I don't really like to read.
ever.
But
I
feel
love
like-
reading.
Good for you. But like I
Do they have
hate
a release
reading.
date for season 2?
I think season 2 is going to be in the fall of this year.
So
I think.
long time.
But like, oh my god, I need the second season to come out because I need to watch it ASAP.
So if you've seen You on Netflix and if you have thoughts about it, comment. We want to hear your suggestions, what you think. Do you like it? Do you not? Just engage with us.
All right, so on this next segment for Peace Pop, we're going to talk all things Bachelor and Bachelor Nation. Now, personally, I'm not all that caught up on the new season.
I'm nowhere near caught up.
Yeah. Are you caught up, Caitlin?
I am. Bachelor Monday, that is my night to make sure all my homework is done because Caitlin is glued to the TV for those 2 hours.
So it looks like coming over to
Colton.
Caitlin's for Monday?
Sure, come on.
Well, see, like, my problem is I coach from 7 to 9 on Mondays.
Oh, and Bachelor's
And
8 to 10.
I don't
8 to
Cable.
10.
So this season's Bachelor, if you haven't heard, it's Colton Underwood, and it's a
What a
big
cutie.
deal. Gosh, I love him. It's a big deal though because he's apparently
The
a
first virgin bachelor.
and he explained that it's not because of his religion or anything. It's just he wants to save it for that one that he knows that he's in love with, and apparently he hasn't found that yet. So this is why he's on The Bachelor.
Yeah.
So there's already a lot of drama. You know how they like cast that one girl for specific drama?
Yes,
Yes.
they know that
Well,
she's
they
in
have
house
that.
drama.
There's this girl named Catherine, and she's like specifically like the drama person of that season. But then there's also, it's called Colton's Cougars. And it's the older girls in the house. It's like age
And by the
range,
older girls, it's like
27 to 31 age range.
Like, not even that old. It's just that everyone else is literally, like, just straight out of college.
yeah, so in the
aged.
past, the Bachelors have been like 30s, upper 30s.
Yeah, like, bachelors that have been on the dating scene for a hot minute, and
Yeah.
they just can't find that one.
Yeah, so then they have older contestants, older girls. Well, this time, Colton is only 26, so
Yeah.
they've cast
Yeah, he's a
girls that
younger
are like
one.
21, 22, and in that range.
Yeah.
So anyhow, there's the Colton Cougars, who are, of course, like a little more mature, and then the 22-year-olds are getting mad at that, and they're coming out heated with their claws, and there's so much drama this season.
But you know what's funny is that the whole thing on Ari's season last season was Becca M being only 23.
Yep.
And literally that's like half the cast this season.
Yep. I
And I'm just like-
thought it was interesting because usually when girls come out of the limo, you know, they look nice. They always have their hair like curled
Yeah.
or straightened.
They're looking
fake
good.
eyelash, stuff like that. Yeah. Well, this season I realized that so many people now have like fake eyelashes, fake hair extensions. It's
A
like
little-
over
a little
the
extra.
top. And so I actually like wrote a blog post about this, and people were saying it's because like they think it's because they cast such like early like really young girls.
Yeah.
And so that's like the trend now is like fake eyelashes, fake hair extensions, stuff like that.
And so it's gonna.
And so
yeah,
that's
it's obviously
why-
gonna be on the show because it's
Yeah.
the trend now with them.
Yeah, but what's like crazy about it is that like it takes some skill to put on a fake eyelash and do all the extensions and everything. And like they don't have makeup artists or like hairstylists on the show for the girls or the contestants.
That's them.
So they're doing all that on
Props
their
to them.
own.
I
Like
wouldn't
that's
do it.
some serious skill because like fake eyelashes. Have you ever tried putting those on?
I have not.
They are hard. Like you have to like wait for the glue to just get dried
That's
enough
too
so that it
much.
sticks to your eye, but then you have to stick it on perfectly.
sounds
And
painful.
like it takes me, if I wear fake eyelashes, like if I'm going out or something, it takes me like 20 minutes. Like,
I would rather just put on like loads of mascara.
Oh,
Kinda
yeah.
Pump that up.
and I like never wear them, but like if I, like for my cousin's wedding, I wore them then. And
Special occasions.
like OMG, like it literally took forever.
So anyhow, Colton, he's like everybody in Bachelor Nation's talking about him being the virgin, and I
Yeah.
think we're kind of past the virgin talks with this season. But
I hope so.
It's all been Colton. It's like, you know, when they have their one-on-one time, it's the first time after they stepped out of the limo, and then before the first rose ceremony, they get like the one-on-one time. Everybody was like, why are you a virgin? Like, oh my gosh, the whole night it came up. It's like, so what? Move on. Like,
But like the fact that ABC made the tagline, what does he have to lose, just to like emphasize his virginity even more. I'm like, can we move on? Like, yeah, whatever. He's like a hot dude that's a virgin. Like, let's get over it. Like, it's not, like, I don't think it's all that interesting.
it's his business.
And it's just like, I just like hate to see that like it's like considered for like a deal breaker.
Yep.
So many people.
One girl actually said, I think it was on the first episode, one girl said that him being a virgin was going to come with baggage. And that literally blew my mind, because if I'm being honest, I would rather have somebody that's a virgin than somebody with like kids that I'm about to be like stepmom to or something. Like,
that's definitely more baggage.
I don't know why being a virgin would be baggage.
Yeah.
But I hope we're past the virgin talk.
Me too, because I'm like really sick and tired of hearing it on like every promo. Like, it's just so annoying. And I don't think it's like that big of a deal. Like, I just don't see like the hype around it, if I'm being honest.
I'm excited for Monday, though. You know how they always do the most dramatic season
ever.
Yeah, Chris Harrison always says that. Well, then there's, like, a part where they show Colton, like, saying he can't do it anymore or something.
And then he like, jumps off
over
a fence.
That takes mad skill, because that fence is so high, and he does it in one jump
That
over.
has got to be, like, at least a 15-foot fence.
Yeah.
And he just... Boop.
But it's like nighttime, and Chris Harrison is like, Colton, buddy, where are you? And he's like, Colton's nowhere to be found. I'm all in. I'm so excited.
That was a good promo. Like, you reeled me in there. I haven't watched the first 2 episodes all the way through yet, but you got me. I'm here for it.
Already reeled in.
And then other news in Bachelor Nation, Bachelor Ari got married, was it last Saturday?
Yeah,
to Lauren. And they're expecting their first child, but their wedding was in, was it Hawaii? I think it was in Hawaii.
Yeah, it was in Hawaii.
And it was so
pretty. Her dress.
Look up pictures, because that's definitely...
We're looking at it right now, and her
like,
dress
they
is
had
very
it,
pretty. It's very, like,
it was like
and simple, but it's very pretty.
It was like outdoors.
But with the deep V, like, she's showing a little skin.
But then she has her little baby bump covered. Like, you can't see it that much yet. It just looks so elegant.
And it's not, like, too flashy either. It's just enough where it's
revealing, but not too revealing. It's just really classy.
Pretty. It suits her very
well. I like
well.
her hair. So if you're not caught up on things Bachelor Nation, get on that so we can talk together about it on social media.
But also, did you see that Caitlin Bristow
is dating Jason from Becca's season? And he was the one that people were going to predict him being the Bachelor, because he was the one that was low-key. He was chill, but he was very romantic on her season. He didn't really start any drama. He was kind of just, he was the most normal out of all of them. Yeah, he was very romantic.
Like, him and Garrett were the two that were, like, the most normal people that, like, they cast normally. And he just was, like, he was just, like, so sweet. He was sweet, but he was also, like, your typical, like, guy's guy, like, loves sports, loves all that kind of stuff. But, like, also, he's like, I got my woman. That's
he was
my
real
woman.
manly.
Yeah, like, he's, like, you're just, like, stereotypical, like, masculine man.
So, on the season finale of Becca's season, when they do it, like, live, when they're getting proposed to and stuff, when he came out, when they introduced him or whatever as just, like, the contestant, everybody in the crowd, like, cheered for him the loudest, and everybody was rooting for him to be the Bachelor.
Because everyone loved him so much. And then he got a haircut, and that was a game changer.
Yep. So then they had Bachelor in Paradise, and Colton was on that, and then things didn't go well there. With him and Tia. And so he got off, and then that's when they announced that he was going to be the Bachelor. So anyhow, Jason and Caitlin Bristow, she was a Bachelorette. It was... 4 years ago?
Because her and Sean were together for a very long time.
So her and Sean, they like moved in. They were pretty much like had a life together.
Yeah.
And so I liked them together a lot. But then
they broke up, which is like, stuff happens, like, cool beans.
But they both like respected each other and stuff. They were nice about it.
And I saw, I was watching, I think it was Chicks in the Office. I was like listening to their podcast, and they had an interview with Caitlin Bristow, and Caitlin was like, I think the thing that I lost the most out of that relationship was Doodle, their golden retriever.
Oh, yeah, she posts that on Instagram. She
Yeah,
always,
that's funny.
posts her laying in the bed. She's like, I miss Doodle.
Yeah.
It's so cute. But anyhow, her and Jason are together now, and she posts Instagram stories of them
They're
dancing.
cute.
I
So
saw
really
those.
cute.
Those, I was like, I am here for this relationship, because I don't think out of, like, Bachelor Nation, I've seen, like, two people that were, like, so on the same, like, level. Like,
Yeah.
Caitlin is, like, a very funny and, like, witty girl, and, like, she also, like, loves her wine, and it's just, like...
She looks like she's out for a fun time.
She's just, like, a cool chick.
Yeah.
And then, like, Jason is, like, literally just, like, the guy version of Caitlin. Like, he's witty, he's funny, and he's, like, romantic and everything.
He
But
looks
he's
like the type of guy
he's, like,
that
a
will,
cool dude.
Yeah.
Like, they're just, like, both, like, super cool and super chill, and I'm just, like, the two of you.
They're really cute
I
together.
really hope that this, like, works out in the end, and that I see, like, some really cute babies out of you two. Like, that's
Oh, yeah.
where, like,
Oh, yeah.
my
We'd have
mind
Bachelor
went.
Nation babies.
Oh, my God.
It'd be a
Like,
whole new show.
oh, my gosh. Imagine
cute.
if all, like, the Bachelor Nation babies at some point, like, when they're all, like, grown up, all have a show, and they're, like, all dating each other.
Would
Like,
that would
wouldn't
be
that
really
be
cool?
weird?
That's
But that'd be,
funny.
like...
Well, and then Ben is now dating.
Ben
Has a new
Higgins, he
girlfriend.
was a bachelor, and him
Couple
and
years ago.
Lauren, he got proposed to Lauren, what's her name, Bushnell? Is that her
Bushnell,
name?
yeah.
And then it didn't work out for them in the end, and so he's been pretty much single
Yeah,
the
he's just
whole
been-
time. I think she's
He's been
dated
doing
two
a
guys.
lot of like community servicing and stuff like
he's
that.
been traveling abroad and stuff, and like mission trips. And
Well,
stuff
she's
like that.
dating now. She's dating country star Chris Lane.
And then he came out in the news, and he was talking about that he's finally moved on, and he like has bettered himself, and so now he's ready for another relationship. So he is in a relationship now. I don't know with who,
I don't either.
but
He's
go
so
Ben.
cute.
I like Ben
Like,
Higgins.
I liked him as a bachelor, but I feel like on his bachelor season, it was just too much. Like, he was like wore his heart on his sleeve and everything, and I was on the emotional roller coaster with him, and it just tore me up too much. I was like, this is...
He was,
that was a
really,
really
emotional.
emotional
which
He
is like for me, I'm like, I don't want to like invalidate anyone's emotions or feelings, but I was so invested that I was also having those emotions and feelings, and I was torn up.
Yeah.
When, like, they went through the whole, like, I love you stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my God.
And it was like he cared so much about not hurting someone. He would like just cry to himself, and it was so sad.
oh, my God. And I listen to Caitlin Bristow's podcast a lot.
Off the
and
Vine. Oh, I love her podcast.
I love her podcast. And, like, she will not sugarcoat anything about her Bachelorette season and, like, all the anxiety and, like, the cyberbullying that she went through. And she's like, no one can prepare you to be in that position.
Oh yeah, there's no way.
Like, oh, my gosh.
So then Colton, speaking of the bullying and stuff on social media and everything, Colton said that on the preview when he was like jumping over the fence and everything, and then they showed him saying, I don't care if this makes me the most hated bachelor in all Bachelor.
yeah, I
and
saw that.
so
I remember seeing that.
I am, if y'all want to come
Definitely
over to my
some
house
drama.
Monday night.
I always have to just catch up on Tuesdays. So sad. But gotta work
Definitely
to make that
a
bank.
drama-filled season, but what Bachelor,
I'm excited.
Bachelorette season
All
isn't
Bachelor,
drama.
Bachelor.
Yeah.
It's
Next week
drama.
I'll be all caught up on the first 3 episodes, and we can pick our favorites and like who
By
we
then.
predict to be in like top 5, top 3 and to win. We'll do that next week. And then
Also do Bachelor recaps on my blog if you go to cocowithcaitlin.wordpress.com. If you've missed any episode at 11 p.m., it is published.
I'll probably be going there for a
shameless
So you
plug.
can read it there to get all caught up.
Yeah, so we'll definitely do recaps on here next week when we're all caught up here and pick our favorites and do all that.
Go watch it.
Till next time.
All right, so this is going to be our last little segment. It's going to be just kind of like a random conversation. Some weeks it might be serious, other weeks it might be fun. But it's going to be something we can all kind of chime in on. And this week, as most of you know, something that's kind of popular right now on social media is this big old 10-year challenge. So we're going to kind of just have a little discussion about what the heck were we doing 10 years ago.
What were you doing 10 years ago, Will?
You guys go first. I gotta gather this information real quick.
Alex?
Well, yeah.
We were 10.
Yeah, we were 10. I was almost 11. I was playing club softball still. I think I was playing soccer as well, too. Just bad times, because I was terrible.
I think I was playing soccer,
I looked exactly the same, though. Like, if I look at pictures, I look exactly the same. So, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, I went through some, like, weird haircuts over the years, and, like, remember when the side bangs were, like, rolling?
Yes, I had
and then I would pair it with a fedora.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
And
I was like the Hannah Montana thing,
obviously,
too.
yeah. And obviously it was blue
That's
plaid. Obviously, my fedora was blue plaid. Like, it wasn't, like, a normal color. It was, like, blue, black, and, like, white plaid. And I remember we were in Disney World, and I was like, oh my gosh, my blue plaid fedora goes with my blue plaid scarf. And then I wore like this all white outfit underneath, and obviously it was like the shorts that go down your knees, and then these like sneaker things that were also a variation of a blue plaid.
Those shorts were such a trend that you could
really
roll
trend.
up, but they were like the long shorts.
Oh
Yeah, they were
my
like
God.
they're tight.
And then, like, also that was around the time when, like, duct tape was, like, a huge, like, thing. You know how, like, now it's, like, slime? Well, back then it was duct tape. And when I tell you I had, like, 25 duct tape bows, but they weren't, like, the little cutesy ones that you just, like, put in your hair.
They're the huge
like,
ones.
They were literally, like, you could see it on both sides of my head.
Do you have pictures of this?
Not on my phone, but I, like, somewhere.
pictures of this.
Because this was, like, before, like, social media was, like, really big.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think I have too many pictures, but I do have pictures from, like, our Disney World trip when I was in the 5th grade. And, oh, God.
You didn't put it on your MySpace?
No, I wasn't allowed to have a
MySpace.
MySpace. I wasn't allowed to have a MySpace or a Facebook until I was in middle school, and then that was when, like, Instagram kind of was the thing, and Snapchat. So, like,
MySpace kind of
never, like, I have a Facebook,
fizzled.
but, like, it's just my profile picture.
Speaking of Hannah Montana.
Oh.
Tim-
Will's obsessed with
I'm
Hannah
not
Montana.
anymore.
I don't know. I feel like if it came on like Netflix.
That's what I was doing.
That's what you were doing 10 years ago?
Not.
Hanging up Miley Cyrus posters
Wait, did you have posters?
out of the pop team.
No. Better. I had a tattoo. I had a little Hannah Montana tattoo that I got out of a vending machine.
The kind that you have to get wet and stick to your skin.
Okay, you should have led with temporary tattoo. Because I was like, what were you doing at like 10, 12 years old with a real tattoo?
And what's worse, I never even put it on. Like, I stored it in my drawer. Because I didn't want to use it.
You're like Creepy Joe.
I'm not like
Oh my god!
I had an obsession with Hannah Montana / Miley Cyrus 10 years ago.
Oh, that's
to this day.
Oh,
That's awesome. That's so cute.
I mean, but Miley Cyrus is now blonde.
I like it.
She's
She's
looking
natural.
awesome.
Yes, she
Yeah.
is.
And married now.
Yeah.
Oh my
for
god, she
her.
just got married
Love it.
Yeah.
on New Year's.
She's
Oh,
finally off the market.
finally! Oh,
Oh, wow.
She's been off the market, bro.
Since like the last song came out.
I know.
So, other than being Hannah Montana obsessed,
Like, what were you
what
into?
else were you doing? Yeah. What
was
were your
I into?
activities?
I was playing Little League 10 years ago. I was
Aw.
12.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
That's cute.
I did get dumped at Biltmore State on a field trip at 12 years old.
Oh
It
my
was
god!
Heartbreaking.
Your first heartbreak.
Yes.
Did you cry?
Oh,
And you know it was a long relationship, lasted a weekend, but at Biltmore State, it was actually on the way to Biltmore State. I spent
so you had the whole field trip still ahead of you.
And
yes,
back.
and you know what I did? I plotted in my head, all right, how am I gonna get her back? How am I gonna get her back?
Totally Joe from you.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
crazy.
she took me back and then dumped me again on the way home.
Oh, 2 heartbreaks, 1 field trip.
Poor Will.
It's a memorable field trip, I
So
guess.
that's
It
why
was-
you're the way you are now.
And what would that be?
Oh, that was shady.
Yes, it was, but that's not unusual for Caitlin.
Will's fun.
I'm fun.
You're nice.
Wait, so where were you 10? So what were you doing 10 years ago, Caitlin?
Woo! I was skateboarding. Full out. Every day.
Oh
going
my
to the
God.
skate park.
Were you like super into like Avril Lavigne?
Yeah. Well, no, I was more
Oh,
like
I
dude
love her.
stuff.
Oh.
Not like skater girl.
Not like the girl punk thing.
I wasn't like skater girl. I was like full on like skateboard.
You were skater boy. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So like both my brothers, they only shopped at like Endless Grind up here.
I don't know what that
And
is.
PacSign is like any skate shop.
Oh, yeah.
That's where they went to get their clothes. And so I loved it. And I didn't care about
girl drama, anything. I would rather just hang out with me and the bros. And so I would always shop when my brothers went to shop. No makeup, didn't care about my hair, didn't care about anything. I would wake up, eat breakfast, grab my skateboard, go with the brothers to the skate park, and we would literally... We'd get there around like 10 a.m. and leave at like 9 p.m. Whenever it got dark, you know, there was like a CVS right beside the skate park. So if we got hungry or anything, we just skated over to the CVS and got Arizona green teas and a bag of chips and then went back to the skate. That was my life. Skate park,
Oh my gosh.
all the way.
I'm pretty sure I was still playing soccer, and like now, obviously I play volleyball, but oh my God. And like I'm pretty sure I was on my first year of the travel team. I was on the 4th team out of 4. What was it? PWS Side Courage 98 Gold. That was my team. And I had sports goggles because I'm blind. So I can't, like, I need contacts or glasses. And so I had the sports goggles and the duct tape bow. And I think I just started playing volleyball, like rec league, and because my mom played up until she got pregnant with me. So I was like, sorry to like end your rec league career. But like, so she put me in rec league when I was in like 4th, 5th grade. And I guess I've been playing ever since. But oh my gosh, I was playing soccer still. And like, listen, I've like now running up and down that field. That is so displeasing to me. Like running.
I just don't like running.
Running is like the devil's workout. Like I hate running.
Devil's workout.
I'll do a full-on workout, but I don't like running.
I would like do weights any day of the week over running. 100%.
You guys ran a lot in soccer practice too, I assume.
Oh yeah.
Like at the end.
Like they were just like go run, and I'm just like this sucks. But we were the 4th team, so they really didn't care about our conditioning all that much.
That's why I remember.
And then I got cut the next year.
Oh.
Right? They were like, literally, the coach on the phone with my mom was like, yeah, Bergen talks too much at practice.
That would be me. That would be us.
I was like, well, look at me now,
Yeah.
Coach. What was his name? I don't know. Coach Mike. I don't know what his name was. I just went with Mike.
That's funny you mentioning the running, because I remember when I was on travel baseball, there was this dude, and we did a fair amount of running and conditioning, and this guy didn't like it. He's like, you know what? I think I might quit and play soccer. I'm like,
That's more
buddy, you're in for a rude awakening.
running.
You think this is bad? I can't wait to see this. Like,
My dad was always my softball coach, so we ran all the time, and I had to run more because he would be like, no, you have to be the most conditioned. I'm like, thanks, Dad.
My dad
Thanks,
coached
appreciate it.
softball, and I was on it for that one little time or whatever. And I hated actually playing, so I'd always like just get him to put me as the DH, so I could just hit and get out and then sit back down.
I feel like my favorite part about sports is always like the social part. Like
I
love
Being a part
playing.
of the team
Like
and
don't
stuff.
get me wrong, I love volleyball. Like that's my thing. Like I coach it. Like that's like I literally play it here at Peace, and I also like use it to get money and like be able to survive. But like my favorite part about coaching and playing is literally like when we go on multi-day tournaments and like we're all together, we have overnight trips, and we're just like
team bonding
and we're
stuff.
just like together all the time. I'm like, hey, what's up? And you're just like have friends. You're like built-in
Well, that's
friends
where the memories come.
you have to
'cause,
like each other.
I'll say for my
yeah, you
travel
kind of have
team,
to.
For my travel
Right?
team, I don't remember any of the games. Like I don't remember what
Like
teams
I
we beat,
remember
what
the
games
the
we won.
stupid crap we would do in the hotel rooms, like never playing Never Have I Ever and like
Yeah. I
remember that.
Truth or Dare and like
Our softball team did a shaving cream battle once. I remember that. I
like
don't remember
we
any
did
of the games.
like we absolutely like destroyed hotel rooms
Oh,
back
yeah.
when I was in high school.
Yes.
And
Our
I-
volleyball team did that. We went like on the doors knocking, like the one that specifically had like do not disturb.
Yeah.
You know, on
Like,
the doorknob. We would
like-
just annoy the mess out of
Like
them.
I get why people hate teenagers.
Yep.
Like my team was like example like
Yeah.
5,000. Like oh my god. Like we were just so loud because like on a travel team there's like usually like 10 to 12 players and it was like 10 16-year-olds and gathered in one hotel room, just like a TV, 2 beds, and just like phones and like
That's
the
fun,
world
though.
at our fingertips, and we're like, oh my god, let's FaceTime, da-da-da, don't you like him? And like doing like all that like girl
I
stuff.
wasn't ever into
Oh my
that.
god, boy talk at tournaments is the best.
I never had boy talk. I was always around boys, and we would
I was
just.
gonna say you have brothers.
We would-
No.
You have a brother too.
I have a brother too.
I have
Like, okay,
sisters.
like me and my brother, back when I was younger, like, we hated each other. We got into fights all the time. But then as we got older, and now that we're both in, like, the same kind of phase of life, because when I was a freshman in high school, he was a senior in high school, and, like, there's a huge difference between a freshman and a senior in high school. Like, that's just a very large, like, just, like, maturity level. So, like, we still hate each other then. And then, like, when I finally got to college and, like, we actually became friends, and, like, I call him, like, all the time. And, like, I'm like, okay, this is weird because we're now in, like, the same kind of phase of life. We can actually, like, relate on more things. But, like, going back to, like, this whole discussion with the 10-year challenge, LOL, but, like, 10 years ago, me and my brother hated each other. Like, we could not be in the same room together for more than 5 minutes. And, like, family dinner, that's, like, 30 minutes right there. Horrible. Like, absolutely horrible. Like, going at each other's throats. And, like, my brother, like, he's, like, very witty.
Yeah.
And, like, he can just come up with stuff right on the spot.
That's how my brother
and
is.
Dang it, they sting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, words will never hurt me.
You thought.
Wrong. I'm calling bull. Like, that, ugh.
See, that's, like, the complete opposite of us, because me and my brothers were, like, super close, and we were homeschooled, and so we would always do our homework, like, at the skate park. And so that's like all day we were with each other, and we've always been best friends, best buds.
Yeah, we're closer now, and especially because he played college lacrosse at Ferrum, who's actually, like, in our conference. Well, not anymore. They moved to ODAC. But, like, now having that, like, shared experience of, like, college athletics and, like, having weights and, like, conditioning and, like, being in season and your non-traditional season, all that kind of stuff, and just, like, that load of work on top of being a college student, like, having that similarity between the two of us, like, definitely, like, bonded us even more. Because I'd call him. So. There was, like, one point where I was like, I want to quit. I hate getting up early. I'm working out 5 days a week. I'm not built for this. Because if you couldn't tell, like, I'm pretty much your girly girl to the T. So I was like, this is too much. I'm having to wash my hair every day. It's not good. It dries out my hair.
Going on my 10th day.
I know. And my brother is like, okay, Bergen, like, and, like, he just, like, puts everything in perspective for me now. And he's like, okay, Bergen, take a step back. Like, you're fine. You're just being dramatic. And I'm like, you're right. Because that's usually the answer to my problems.
Brothers are good.
See,
you have a sister?
No, it's just me and my brother.
You have sisters?
Yeah, I have an older sister. We went through, she's 8 years older than me, though.
That's a big age gap,
And
though.
so, like, I think that's why me and my brothers are so close, because she went off to college and stuff, and so we bonded when I would visit her at UNCW, where she went and stuff. And so, like, she would always pick me up and take me to school with her and everything, so that was fun. We bonded then, and that's when I had just, like, sister talk. We never, like, girl talked, but it was just, like, good sister talk.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the brothers are being annoying
venting, just, good bonding time, and then just me and my brothers were just bros all the way.
I have 2 younger sisters, so all of us are 3.5 years apart. So I was always just the oldest. So it was kind of, when I was going back to 10 years, when I was 10, they were 7 and 3. So it was me by myself for a lot of the, I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
But now we're all really close.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really cool, though. Do you have any siblings, Will?
No, it's just me, myself, and I. All right, that's going to do it for Peace Talks. We want to thank you for joining us. This is only the beginning for this semester. We had a great time, and we're looking forward to bringing you plenty more of this. So until next time, that'll do it.